This is gonna be my third time recording this because this is my first scripted video and I keep going off of script. So I'm gonna follow the script now. So I got really bored and decided I want to talk about something art related. And specifically I wanted to focus on the struggles of artists, especially the newer ones. The particular struggle I've chosen to speak of today would be the universal quest to quote-unquote find your art style. I think I speak for many artists, both new and old, when I say we've all gone through that period in our development as creatives to find an art style that we think is pretty cool or just appealing to our taste in general. This usually comes through seeing other artists we just kind of like, you know? It's like, we're just kind of like, I want to do that too. And then we try our best to do that thing. And then the art style that usually ends up coming out of trying to do that thing that we like to appeal to our own taste is usually something that does not necessarily appeal to our own taste. And that's just part of the journey, honestly. We're not gonna make things we like, especially as beginners. We're not gonna make stuff we like because it doesn't, like, it's not up there with our standards, you know? That's part of having a refined taste as an artist. You know what's good and what's bad to you, and your art style hasn't seemed to find that place where it's something you like. And I've had friends who've spent a good chunk of their time drawing just to find their art style, and they just express a large sense of frustration when they feel like they haven't made any progress whatsoever. And I can assure you, you have. You just gotta look back at your old artwork, and I can guarantee you'll see a huge improvement. And just, it's this kind of journey to create that ideal aesthetic, if I didn't make that clear enough. And of course this level of frustration is very depending on who you're speaking to, but it is still one, again, that many artists can relate to. To have art that doesn't live up to your tastes and expectations and desires you have in your head is to have art that doesn't feel as enjoyable to draw or indulge in. You finish a piece and it's something you will just detest because of just how it looks. Not because of anatomy reasons or any other mistakes like that. It's just the aesthetic of it that doesn't it doesn't resonate with you, you know? And like the most reasonable thing you'd think is to actively pursue this desire to find that aesthetic. But honestly, if I'm being like completely honest, like just don't even worry about it. And like, to set this straight after all of this rambling, again, you just shouldn't worry about it. Art style is something that just comes naturally to you from it's something that evolves with you, you know? And it reflects what you love, and these things can be derived from media, real life, and just anything. If you like it, then in some shape, way, or form, it's gonna take some kind of shape in your art. It's gonna appear there, even if it's really subtle. And it's something, like, art style is something that's pretty hard to force as an artist. Newer or not, it'll always be something that's just gonna take a while to develop. As annoying as that is, it's, again, a very frustrating thing that many artists struggle with. And the thing is, art style is not something constant either. There's no set way you'll be drawing forever, since it, again, grows with you. Your likes and your influences, they will continue to evolve and change. And artists, just like most people, are constantly changing and growing in both massive and little ways. And it's constantly reflected in their works. Your art is like a timeline of who you are. It's a visual of you. And like, take for example my art. Like, I'm gonna put something up here. And just a year ago, I was drawing like this. And now, here's some of my more recent works. And you can see that in my older works, there's a whole different vibe to it. There's different tastes, but it's still me. But in my newer works, you can see that there's, again, a whole different, I just hit my microphone, but there's a whole different feel to it, you know? It's not only has it like improved drastically, but I think you can see that my design choices have, you know, changed because I've changed and I've grown from where I was whenever I made that other piece of art. And the point of this video is that there is no point to finding an art style. It's just something that comes to you. Again, like, whether it's your choice or not, it's something you just, I think, cannot force. And sometimes you just have to let go of that intense desire to satiate your struggle for something remotely appealing. And you should just embrace your art for what it is currently. And to have making, like, your most desired art style possible in such a short amount of time, trying to force it, it's just something that's gonna leave you even more frustrated. And you should just focus on other things. You should embrace what you have now so that your art style will come to you naturally. And we as artists are infamous for almost never being completely satisfied with our work, but that's okay. We keep going in spite of the constant struggle between us and the quality of our work. The universal goal of wanting to find an art style you like is just one of those many frustrations that come with being somebody who's a visual artist. And at the very least, we can find comfort in knowing that it's just a natural part of our journey as creatives. It is something that will fluctuate. This feeling of frustration will fluctuate as you go on, and there will be a point eventually where you can find some kind of peace. But again, as artists, we are infamous for being quite the silly guys. I hope that you could take something away from this, even if it's something you've heard time and time again, and I hope that, like, if it's that, then this is some kind of reminder that you shouldn't take finding an art style too seriously. It's something you'll find, it's something they'll find you over and over again as you develop your taste and likes. Trying so hard to consciously look for it yourself when you already do it, everything that you put, like, just, what am I saying? Just, as soon as you put that pencil, that paper, you're doing it. You're doing it. And when you're thinking about that consciously and trying to force it, it just kind of zaps some of the fun out of making art in the first place. It doesn't zap all of it, but it zaps some of it, which is kind of doo-doo. Impatience kills your love for the craft. So learn to love your art more for what it is, and it's easier said than done, of course, and it's gonna take a while. Every artist takes a while. Some never feel completely satisfied. You know what? That's just part of doing this stuff. It makes you happy. My chair is creaking, but doing this stuff is hard. But you do it anyways, because you love it. And you want to make stuff that you like, because you can just customize it to your own taste, or you can find work in it, and it's great. Art is great. No matter whatever form or medium it is. Just spend more time enjoying that process, and let yourself have fun, you know? Just remember that just, like, finding an art style is just a little part of this huge journey that you're on. And I think that's all I have to say for this. I hope you enjoyed that. I've been talking for a while and there was some stuttering there. Yeah. See ya.